Mr. Umbrella. And,
This is Mr. McMillan.
Mr. McMillan?
You seemed addled. I assumed you knew we were coming.
Yes, well, I did write it down some...
Your office is a mess.
Well, it's the particular way in which I work.
Ah, I see. I'm getting to that. Well, how are you, Michelle?
I'm well. I'm doing well.
That's good to hear. And how's the whole private eye business going for you? Last time I talked to Alexander, he seemed very proud of you.
Yes, it's, slow going, at the very least. It's kind of a business that you have to, like, it's harder to break out in, you know what I mean?
Yes, undoubtedly. Yes, I'm getting to that. And personal life is good. It's important to maintain a healthy life separate from work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go home much. I usually sleep here.
And that's satisfying for you.
Well, I just try to do work and get my name out there.
And that's going well. You've solved some big cases.
Well, I followed a guy who was cheating on his wife, and then found out that his wife was also cheating on him, so that was a bit messy. And then there was a whole debacle with Twinkies being missing, and from this convenience store around the block, and, well, it turned out that the employee was just fiddling with the security tapes, so...
Indeed. Sounds very interesting.
And how about you? Personal life okay? Grandfather hasn't told me that much about you recently.
Sir, I expect now is the perfect time.
Indeed, do you think that?
Sorry, sir.
It's okay. You must excuse my assistant. We've had a horrible loss recently.
Really? What's
Eleanor
going on?
is dead.
Oh my God. Why didn't
It's
you...
been a rough couple of days.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Something else?
Forrest, perhaps you would like to share.
We have reason to believe that it was murder.
I'm sorry, once more,
Michelle, we are family friends, and that's why I've come to you, because I trust that you will approach this with ease and sincerity.
Well, let's get down to business.
I don't want this to be just another case.
Sir, I can guarantee that that's not going to be what this is. Why do you expect that it's murder?
Mr. McMillan has all the notes on this. I cannot stand to speak about it for a moment longer. I will be outside when the two of you are through.
Of course, sir. I will do my best to keep this brief. Mrs. Umbrella was murdered by Rodorian Glass 3 weeks ago. She catered the meals for the entire estate. Mr. Umbrella and myself were out on business, and she died. Poisoned by Miss Glass and her intel poison.
So if you have all this figured out, then why are you hiring me?
Mr. Umbrella seems to think you have the talent for these sorts of things. He believes that you'll be able to pin her down.
I'll do my very best.
Please. This Eleanor is very important to the both of us.
How may I help you?
Hi, can I have a menu, please?
Yeah, here you go.
I was wondering, I thought Glassworks Catering was the famous company for its lentil soup,
Oh, I'm afraid we changed the menu.
but this was the famous soup that was like everyone's favorite. The soup was listed in the New York Times as the sensation of the year.
Well, we like to keep things fresh here.
That's too bad. I was hoping to try it before I left town.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. My friend Eleanor Umbrella, she suggested it to me.
Oh,
You know her?
yes, I know Mrs. Umbrella.
It's unfortunate what happened to her.
What?
Haven't you heard about her passing? The funeral was so sad. And
You be quiet!
excuse me?
Look, I know what happened, okay? And I'm sorry.
Wait, what, you know?
Of course I know. It's going to be my ruin. How can I show my face in the culinary community again?
What do you think I'm talking about?
Okay, I know that woman is dead. And I know people are going to blame me. But I promise you I didn't do anything. Mrs. Eleanor Umbrella was a dead woman before I even came into the picture.
Are you saying that Mr. Umbrella had something to do?
It's not some deflection tactic. Let me tell you what I think was happening here. I was a pawn in some plot
And-
to get rid of Mrs. Umbrella.
And you think that why?
I used a special fungus in my famous lentil soup. An orange truffle, very rare and deadly. To the layman, that is. If one knows how to prepare the truffle, it is both aromatic and delicious.
Maybe you just made a mistake in the preparation.
No.
It's possible.
Impossible. I have perfect technique. There's no such thing as making a mistake.
Well, who do you think killed her then, if you're so sure of yourself?
I don't know.
So you're still the prime suspect?
Look, maybe old Lady Umbrella killed herself, okay? It's possible after all. Maybe Mr. Umbrella got tired and wanted to trade her in for an upgrade. Henry VIII style.
You don't have any proof of this.
The truffle, even when perfectly prepared, reacts to citric acid in a terrible way. The proteins within the fungus break down on a molecular level and become a deadly enzyme that speeds up the heart. Then it stops. A kind of heart attack. I suggest that someone put a few drops of lemon juice or something in her soup and boom, we've got a dead woman on our hands. And a chef who's about to be out of a job.
You're telling a good story, but I don't see any proof.
Then I'll make a deal with you. Go to the Umbrella Manor, look around, do whatever the fuck private eyes do. If you don't find anything, fine. Okay, I confess. I made a mistake. I prepared the soup incorrectly, and it's my fault Mrs. Umbrella is dead. But if you find something, immediately do your job.
All right.
Hey, now please, I have to try to be a chef in my days that I have left.
Hello? Oh, were you expecting to see someone?
No, I came here to speak with Mr. Umbrella. I didn't call. I didn't have a number to call.
Well, I'm afraid he's not here. He's away on business.
Is it all right if we see the dining room?
Um,
That's the room where Mrs. Umbrella died. The dining room, right?
yes, right. Right this way. This is where she was sitting when I walked in on her, slumped over, her face in the soup. You could very well much say she died from drowning.
I see. Okay. May I look around?
I don't believe the sir would appreciate that in his absence.
Or at least the dining room and maybe the kitchen? The meal was prepared in the kitchen, am I right?
It was, but Miss Glass prefers to prepare in the house when at all possible.
I figured as much.
You may look around, but I may have to watch you. The sir doesn't like to have people wandering around his manor. Too many places where you can get lost.
That'll be fine.
I can see why now Mr. Umbrella was so staunchly on hiring you. You are very indeed tenacious.
You both say indeed a lot.
It was a thing. I just picked it up a little.
You were close with Mrs. Umbrella?
The dame and I were very close. When she died, I was so heartbroken.
Indeed.
Now you're saying it.
I have.
I was a teenager when my parents passed. A disaffected youth and a loss of generation. She would say that a lot. She would always say things like that. She loved words. She was a deeply romantic individual.
Yes, I met her only a few times. I know Mr. Umbrella much better.
Indeed, most do. She was a very private woman after all. Not much like the sir who constantly has his engagements out of town and out of the country.
Right. Now, is this the kitchen?
Through there, that's right.
Forrest! Forrest! Oh, goodness, I didn't expect to see you down before this. You hadn't informed me of our guest.
I'm sorry, sir. I thought she was only going to be here for a moment.
Indeed. Michelle, why have you graced us with your presence?
I'm just looking at the scene of the crime. Has much cleaning been done in this part of the house since Eleanor's death?
Oh,
Here, sir, sit down. Try to relax.
Forrest, I've been seeing her more and more every night. She's been haunting me.
Okay, look, just breathe. Okay, look, in, out, in, and out.
I can't.
Okay, come on. Let's get you to bed.
Hi, Dorian. Yeah, I don't know if this proves anything, but there is definitely something going on. Right, and Forrest said during our first meeting that they were both out on business when she died, but Forrest also just said he was here the day she died. Things are very strange in the Umbrella Manor. All right. I'll see you later.
Crying over spilled milk?
No, sir.
Why are you crying over the death of my wife? She's 3 weeks gone.
Well, she helped me a lot, sir.
Helped you? That's laughable.
Sir,
I will not play cuckold to your little games.
Sir, please.
I know what games she played with you, and I know what games you played with her. I know all about it.
You do?
She told me in her grief and in her guilt, stole away after tasting you. She begged forgiveness, cried on the floor. It was pathetic. And I smiled at her. I knew that I had the power in that situation, and I forced her to neglect you.
She did.
I know. I didn't expect her to, but when she broke our marriage vow, she would have always come crying back to me for forgiveness. Although the night came when she did not plead for my forgiveness, and I ceased to have power over her, and you gained control.
And you...
Right.
You had convinced me it was the chef.
Indeed I did.
But it was you.
It only took a couple of drops of lemon juice, and her heart stopped instantly.
But why?
The show was just here and saw a few things that will now put you on the suspect list.
Husbands belong on the suspect list. You should be there.
I'm a family friend. Good old Mr. Umbrella, Grandpa's friend from work. I don't think Miss Villanova will suspect me at all. Not to mention what I can do for her career.
I can't believe you.
And I couldn't believe that you would sleep with my wife and she would sleep with you. But we're here. She's dead, you're framed, and I've been in control the entire time.
So what now?
Now we just wait for Miss Villanova to connect the dots.
Okay, and then if she does it right, then they'll all lead to you.
Dear Forrest, you think this is the first time that I've killed my wife? I've been married 5 times before this. All tragic deaths. Too soon. Now, come. Let us go play some croquet.
Of course, sir.
I understand, but how will we prove it with him? Did you see any lemon juice? Anything?
No lemon juice. He was just acting weird.
Acting weird isn't going to pin a man with murder, especially when I look this likely.
But you asked me to look, and that's what I did. I looked, and I don't think you did it. There's something going on, and I intend to find out what that is.
We know it was in the dining room with the citric acid. We just need to find out who did it. Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum. Clue, like the board game? Wait, you're a private eye that's never played Clue before? The world is literally coming to an end. That's ludicrous.
I'm sorry that I don't play board games.
No, it's fine. I just am starting to recognize why maybe you're not getting all the work you could be getting.
Because I've never played Clue.
I'm just saying you're missing out on some very important analytical skills.
Okay, sure. Let's just get a move on the plan.
Right. I mean, shouldn't we just call the police? Don't you think?
Well, if we call the police, then you're the #1 suspect and they'll arrest you.
Ah, fair enough. So, any plans?
Well, still got some of that orange truffle?
I do. And?
I'm going to invite Forrest and Mr. Umbrella over for dinner.
So you've solved the whole thing.
I have, and I invited you over to celebrate.
Excellent, my dear. I knew you could do it. You know, Mr. McMillan, she was always the brightest young girl.
I bet she was.
Alexander would always rave about her performance in school. All A's, he would say so proudly. Now look at her solving crimes.
Grandfather would always brag. But I have found the killer.
And of course the chef was to blame.
Right, or, well, so I thought until I went to your manor. You see, in our first meeting, Forrest had told me that you two had been away on business. But in our most recent meeting, he told me that he was the first one to see her. Isn't that right, Forrest?
Well, I didn't mean like I...
Oh, a liar, I see. Now, are you accusing my closest confidant of murder?
That is exactly what I'm doing.
Please, listen. You have
Quiet, scoundrel!
Enough. I think it might be best if we eat first.
I think I've lost my appetite.
But I've made delicious soup for you all. Orange lemon truffle soup.
Once more, what did you say?
Orange lemon truffle soup. I cooked the soup directly in the truffle to give it a better flavor throughout. Does no one want to try my soup?
Young lady, I don't know what game you are playing, but I
playing
suggest
the
it
most
stops
dangerous
right now.
game. I am looking for a killer, Mr. Umbrella. And one of you two is the killer.
And what about the damn chef?
The chef is, well, why don't I let her explain?
Hello, Mr. Umbrella, Mr. McMillan.
What is the meaning of this, Michelle?
The meaning is that Eleanor had the most untimely end, and I believe Forrest had a part in it. And I'm going to hear him confess it tonight.
He will do no such
Okay.
thing. Okay?
Okay.
I'll confess.
Well, let's hear it then.
Mr. Umbrella killed all 5 of his
Why, you
wives.
little shit!
What? So, you killed Eleanor?
Absolutely not. He's obviously delusional. He's scrambling to find some reason to prove it
No,
wasn't
you
him.
have to listen to me. I was in love with Eleanor.
Well, she was my wife.
All right, gentlemen. We're going to sit down and have a calm, orderly conversation about this. No more yelling or whatever you see fit, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Very well.
Now, Miss Glass here has a claim that there is no way she could have poisoned the soup. And, of course, she doesn't really have a motive for murder, does she? Now, I need to weed out the truth from the two of you. But you both seem to be liars at the pathological level, so who to trust?
Michelle, please, you have to believe...
You call me Inspector Villanova.
Excuse me?
Today, I'm Inspector Villanova. I am not that bright young girl you always like to flatter. I am your interrogator. Forrest, are you ready?
Of course, Inspector Villanova.
Good. Now we will each start a meal. First, drink your soups. Right. You're both hesitant.
Don't worry, it's a simple soup. Nothing deadly about it.
Good. I see you both hesitate to drink the soup because you are aware of the problem when citric acid mixes with the orange truffle, which has been deduced to be the only way that Eleanor could have been killed. That's correct. You both know where Eleanor was found. You both know that she died, but one of you knows something. One of you knows something that the other doesn't.
Please, Michelle. Sorry, Inspector Villanova. I don't think my heart can take much more of this. Forrest, please. I'm about to go into another fit, please.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't think I'm required to help you out any longer.
Oh, I can see her. She's haunting me. Please!
Confess and I'll help.
Forrest!
Confess.
No. No, Eleanor. Eleanor, get away from me, you evil bitch! All right, fine. I confess. She makes me powerless. Now give me peace of mind, please. Please.
I apologize. Good evening.
Wait, the police will be called. They'll show up to the manor tomorrow.
I understand.
So, that's that. That's that. Thank you. You're welcome. Now what? Now we do some paperwork. Hey, wanna play a game of Clue? I've had enough mysteries for one night.